Some good news for this morning as the country's Deputy Health Minister, Dr. Sibongiseni Dhlomo, deals mostly with administration. That's what, is done most of the time, and dealing also with issues of running South Africa's health services. But on Monday morning, he quickly had to activate his doctor's training when a passenger urgently needed attention on a flight from Durban to Cape Town. Dr. Dhlomo managed to stabilize the patient in mid-air, avoiding a diversion and early landing for the flight. Let's find out more from the man himself. Dr. Dhlomo joins us now. Dr. Dhlomo, a very good morning to you, and wow. Well done on being at the right place at the right time and being the right man who's fit for the job. Deputy Health Minister, what exactly happened?
Good morning, ma'am, and good morning to your viewers. Yeah, indeed, I think it is God's plan to be in the right space at the right time and be able to offer whatever support you can. I suppose it's part of our fabric as medical trained healthcare workers to be available and assist. It was actually, I was alerted by one of the passengers seated behind me. I was right at the back, almost about 20 seats, that there is a problem in the front. There's a passenger who's having some challenges. I then quickly responded and I found that, yes, indeed, there was a challenge. So thanks to the crew that provided the gas, the oxygen cylinder immediately, so we were able to, because we had to actually maintain a good air entry into the patient's lungs and also do some vitals and check. A patient was unconscious. Nobody knew. The patient was traveling alone. We didn't know what was happening. We tried to check on her purse and we didn't find any medication or whatever is an issue. So one aid on the side of this probably is related to lowering the blood sugar levels or something related to that. The pulse was actually very slow. So we then stabilize the patient, give some glucose water, and get the patient to really lie on the... We really requested some of the passengers to move a bit. There was enough space. So we put the patient on the whole three-seater, elevated her feet so that more oxygen and more blood flow could go to the brain. And then after that, the patient was like slowly recovering. So I was actually, yes, correctly documenting every 20 minutes what I'm finding. We were about 1 hour before we could reach Cape Town. So I was very excited when the crew told me, the pilots were asking, should we do a diversion and early landing? I said, look, from what I'm seeing, the patient is now responding to my commands, is improving, opening the eyes, they're responding to what I'm saying to her. So probably we will get to Cape Town. So I was saying to the crew as we landed in Cape Town, I'm very glad that I was able to give you instructions to continue flying and not divert the flight. So we joked about that, but we landed safely in Cape Town and the patient was then taken by the paramedics to be sorted out further thence.
Deputy Health Minister, really great that you were there and able to save the young woman, but it's actually not even the first time. In 2011, I believe that you found yourself in another situation where you had to do something similar.
Look, ma'am, it's probably part of our fabric. You rather delay getting into that meeting if you find, if you find someone who really has a medical emergency and there is no paramedics as yet, and you do have a skill, rather you delay getting into whatever you were going to do and really resuscitate and assist, stabilize that patient. So I think one should really thank one's teachers and who actually ingrained this into us. And of course, part of our fabric to say, don't actually overlook and ignore a medical emergency and hope that someone else is going to come in. Look, that's what we exist for. We exist for one another's lives and we support. So if we have this God-given skill to be able to assist and support, we should really not reserve that and assist wherever we can. Yes.
Dr. Sibongiseni Dhlomo, thank you so much for your time this morning. And it certainly shows, I guess, once a doctor, always a doctor, those skills do kick in as and when needed. But it also points to us perhaps having the skills for CPR, etc. I know, Gareth, you're quite great with that, Gareth, as far as
wouldn't CPR. Say great. I wouldn't say great. We can all learn a lot more, but yeah, we need to
EMS,
focus.
Right?
Yeah, we need to focus a lot more on things like basic CPR at school, etc. But well done to the doc being in the right place at the right time. Hopefully, Mum and everyone is okay on that flight.